Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's Friday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus news roundup. We're going to be talking about Sharkfest, High School Musical, the series, Poor Things, and much more. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Okay, so let's kick things off with this year's Sharkfest. This happens every year. National Geographic put out a whole host of new content, hours and hours of brand new content. And this year, big surprise, they're going to be releasing it across all of the different platforms, including Disney Plus, Hulu, also on their linear networks. Basically, if they can put it on there, they're putting it on there. There's a whole host of new documentaries heading our way on July the 2nd, and then they're going to be kind of spread out on linear networks afterwards. But these are all going to be coming to Disney Plus and Hulu on the same day in the US. No word yet on when these are going to be arriving internationally. Generally, with National Geographic stuff, it's all over the place globally because of linear networks and rules and stuff, but eventually they do turn up. But obviously, just for the minute in the US, we've got a whole host of new shows, including Bull Shark Bandits, Shark Eat Shark, Save from a Shark, When Sharks Attack 360, Return of the White Shark, Bull Shark vs Hammerhead, Shark Below Zero, Sharknado Hawaii. We've also got When Sharks Attack and Why, and finally Sharks vs Dolphins, Bahamas Battleground. Yeah, so that all sounds very interesting if you're into shark documentaries, and I'm going to be honest, I do love sharks and love watching shark documentaries, so I'm definitely going to be trying to check some of these out, especially like Sharks versus Dolphins. That kind of sounds interesting of how all that could work. But yeah, if you're interested in sharks, you're going to have a whole host of stuff arriving on Disney Plus in the US on July the 2nd, and then on all the linear networks and stuff as well. But let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's now talk about Disney's Searchlight Pictures. They have released a full trailer for the upcoming film Poor Things, which arrives in cinemas on the 8th of September, so we can expect it to arrive on Disney Plus later this year. Hopefully by then, maybe they might have sorted out what's going on with the US and we know what's going on there. But nevertheless, this trailer, bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I've got no idea what's going on. It looks crazy. The poster looks weird. They kind of brought this girl back from the dead. It's played by Emma Stone. Got William Dafoe as kind of this weird doctor that's kind of brought her back, and Mark Ruffalo is the love interest. It just looks bonkers, and I actually really want to see it because I've got no idea what's going on. It just looks crazy. It looks odd. No idea what's going to happen with it. But this is definitely the benefits of having Searchlight within the Disney bubble, because we just get kind of weird stuff like this, which I think is always very interesting. But let me know, are you interested in Poor Things in the comments below? So let's now talk about High School Musical, the series. Disney has released some new images from the new season, which is going to be coming later this year. No date yet. Expect that's going to be maybe July or August. That would kind of maybe make sense, maybe a little bit later. But these new images kind of show off them getting ready to put on High School Musical 3. However, there's a little bit of a twist in this one because it's announced that they're actually going to be filming High School Musical 4, the reunion at the school that they're at. So it's kind of going to be very meta, with them all like integrating with some of the original cast members from the film. It definitely looks like from these photographs that it looks like they might be trying to wrap up the series unless they bring in some new characters and stuff. But yeah, I maybe think after 4 seasons, and especially with sort of teenage actors and stuff, kind of makes sense to wrap it up before they kind of hit, their 30s. But yeah, so I'm going to be seeing some more High School Musical, the series. I really enjoyed the previous seasons. I thought season 3 was a lot better than season 2, and I'm hoping season 4 can kind of continue to build on that. But let me know if you're excited about this one in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's now talk about Secret Chef, a brand new competition series that's going to be coming to Hulu in the United States and on Disney Plus in Canada on June the 29th. No word yet if this is going to be an international one. I suspect it will be. So this one is a competition where they all get put in different rooms and they're all cooking with each other, but there's a competitive nature with the fact that there's not really judges. They're all judging each other, but they don't know who's who. I'll be honest, I like the look of this one. I do like cookery shows, though it's not really much beyond what I can cook of a English breakfast or a roast dinner or beans on toast, but it's definitely kind of fun to watch this one. But yeah, I thought the trailer looked pretty cool. Hopefully this one does get an international release. I suspect it will do. The fact that it's already been confirmed for Canada's a good sign for that. But let me know, are you looking forward to Secret Chef? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, let's now move on to what's new on Disney Plus today. The big new release is Flaming Hot. So this one was released on Disney Plus around the world. It's also been released on Hulu. This is the first film they've kind of done the dual release on. I suspect we're going to be seeing a lot more of this moving forward. But yeah, this one tells the story all about a janitor who creates the flaming hot Cheeto, which obviously goes on to be a huge success. It's a lovely film, really worth checking out over the weekend. Directed by Eva Longoria, who you might know as one of the stars from Desperate Housewives. It's a really charming, easygoing film, just over 90 minutes. It's just a really good feel-good story, and I really enjoyed it, and I definitely would recommend you check that one out. Yeah, so that's a big one. Also today in the US, Baby's Day Out returned on to Disney Plus in the US as well. But that's mainly been the main one today, is Flaming Hot. But I don't think that's a bad thing, just have focus on one new movie. So definitely check that one out and give that one a whirl. Just a couple of quick reviews of some stuff that I've watched recently. So The Full Monty is a brand new series that's heading on to Disney Plus on Wednesday around the world, and on Hulu in the United States. This is a follow-on to the hit film from Searchlight Pictures back in 1997. Can't believe it's been that long. And it was all about a group of Sheffield strippers who, they've all been laid off after the mines closed, and they end up kind of doing this one show. So this series takes up 25 years later, and we see where they all are. And it's a really charming sort of, I'd say a dark comedy. There's a little bit of comedy in there. There's a few times it goes a little bit crazy, and you kind of think they didn't maybe need to do that. The 8 episodes kind of allows for a little bit more storytelling between the characters. They've all got their individual stories going on, and they kind of sort of weave together. Each episode kind of generally focuses on one core storyline. The characters are all on there. With regards to like the doing the Full Monty bit, they do a dance in it, but it's isn't what you're expecting. They kind of move away really from that whole aspect to it, and it's more just, I would say, like a commentary of what it's like living here in the UK right now, with issues like with mental health, sort of healthcare being the way it is, and the school system. It's very kind of looking at the problems of the world, especially here in the UK right now. So I would definitely recommend when this one arrives next week on June the 14th. But yeah, so that's a great new show from FX and Searchlight Pictures. Brenda asks, and on question of the day, what's your opinion on James Bond 007 overall, Roger? I just get huge Doctor Who vibes sometimes, since they're both British properties, but I really enjoy Daniel Craig movies since they're definitely more story driven. They're going to be very hard to top. Okay, so let's talk about Doctor Who and James Bond. I am a huge fan of both franchises. I've been as far back as I can ever remember, because they've been around since the 60s here in the UK. Other than them being British, I don't really see much of a connection with them, I'll be honest. Maybe it's just how they come across. But James Bond, I definitely think like the movies from like the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, they are maybe a little bit camp. But yeah, as you said, like the Daniel Craig ones are very different in terms of tone. Yeah, I was kind of the weird thing of going, yeah, other than having a British accent, I don't really think of them as connected in the slightest. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who, as I've said. But James Bond is the one I really like. I really enjoyed it when Pierce Brosnan, that was kind of, I think that came out at the right time when I was a teenager, where it was a little bit cooler than having like Roger Moore, which was the ones that were always on TV and stuff. But yeah, I think for me that was always kind of, yeah, I'd definitely go with James Bond over Doctor Who, but I've always enjoyed the show. But it's always been that kind of thing of Doctor Who's always been a little bit of like a budget sci-fi series, especially compared to like nowadays, of how much money is getting spent on shows like Stranger Things and The Mandalorian stuff. So yeah, so hopefully with this new series that's coming later this year to Disney Plus, it will be kind of a bit more on par with that. But it does have that British humour, which maybe I can see where that kind of comes into it. But yeah, I honestly never even put the connection together, that they're kind of similar. But yeah, I don't. But let me know, are you a fan of James Bond or Doctor Who? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll be back next week with some more episodes, and obviously check out our new Q&A that will be going up on Sunday night. And on that note guys, thank you very much. See you guys soon. Laters.